Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children, we welcome you to our online teaching academy Ekalaiva. Children, today we are going to start a new lesson in economics unit 6, distribution analysis. Children, in this lesson we are going to acquire knowledge about distribution of income among the factors of production and to understand the theories of rent, wages, interest and profit. Now first, introduction. The factors of production, namely land, labor, capital and entrepreneur or organization are involved in production of a commodity. The theory of functional distribution deals with how the relative prices of these factors of production are determined. The theory of factor prices, it is popularly known as the theory of distribution. Now, meaning of distribution. Distribution means division of income among the four factors which involves in the production process in terms of rent to landlords, wage paid to the laborers, interest to capital and profit to entrepreneurs. Now, kinds of distribution of income. We can divide this into personal distribution and functional distribution. So first, what is meant by personal distribution? It is the distribution of national income among the individuals. National income means total value of goods and services produced in a country. So how it is distributed among the individuals. Next one, functional distribution means distribution of income among the factors of production, namely land, labor, capital and organization which involves in the production process, which is paid for their services in production process. Now, marginal productivity theory of distribution. It was developed by Clark, Wicksteed and Walras, and this theory explains how the prices of various factors of production like land, labor, capital are determined. This theory explains how rent, wages, interest and profit are determined. This theory is also known as general theory of distribution or national dividend theory of distribution. Now, there are certain assumptions for this theory. This theory is based on the following assumptions, that is, all the factors of production are homogeneous. Homogeneous means similar. Factors of production can be substituted for each other. For example, land may be substituted or new technology may be introduced like that. Next one, there is perfect competition. Perfect competition. You know what are the features of perfect competition? In previous chapter we discussed in detail, both in the factor market as well as in the product market, and there is perfect mobility of factors of production, movement of factors of production. And next assumption is there is full employment of factors. No factor is kept idle. This theory is applicable only in the long run. It is not apt for short run. The entrepreneurs aim at profit maximization and no government intervention in fixing the prices of a factor, and there is no technological change. Now, based on all these assumptions, we are going to discuss about the theory. Now, according to the marginal productivity theory of distribution, the price or the reward for any factor of production is equal to the marginal productivity, that is additional productivity of that factor. So, each factor is rewarded according to its production. Now, what is meant by marginal product? First one, Marginal product of a factor of production means the addition made to the total product by employment of an additional unit of that factor. If additional unit of that factor is added, so that is called marginal product. The marginal product may be expressed as MPP, VMP and MRP. Here MPP means marginal physical product, VMP means value of marginal product and MRP means marginal revenue product. So we are going to discuss in detail about these three. First one, marginal physical product. So marginal physical product of a factor is the increment in the total product obtained by the employment of an additional unit of that product. So when the organization add additional unit of any one of that factor, the increment is added to the total product. Next one, value of marginal product. It is obtained by multiplying MPP, that is marginal physical product of the factor, by the price of that product. So we can write this as VMP equal to MPP into price. Next one, marginal revenue product. Marginal revenue product of a factor is the increment in the total revenue. There we discussed about total product. Here total revenue which is obtained by the employment of an additional unit of that factor. Here instead of product, revenue. So MRP equal to MPP into MR. Now, statement of the theory. An employer employs a factor of production because the factor is productive. So the price he wants to pay for the factor which he is going to involve in the production depends upon its productivity. So the greater the productivity of a factor, the reward will be higher. So if the price of a factor of production is less than its MRP, that is marginal revenue product, the employer will lose more of this factor because his profit will be increased. So this diagram refers to the factor pricing under perfect competition in the factor market. Here x-axis represents the factor units and y-axis represents the factor price and revenue product. Factor price and revenue product. Here MRP is the marginal revenue product, ARP is the average revenue product curve, AFC is the average factor cost curve and MFC is the marginal factor cost curve. AFC is horizontal under perfect competition and MFC also coincides with it. So when there is perfect competition in the factor market, the firm is in equilibrium. So equilibrium means earning maximum profits when MFC equals to MRP. So hence in the diagram, the firm reaches equilibrium at point Q. So by employing ON units, here ON units of factors and paying OP price. Here you can see OP price, where MFC equal to MRP. At that point, that is Q, MRP is equal to ARP. The price paid to the factor, here the price paid to the factor, that is NQ, is equal to marginal revenue product and average revenue product, that is MRP and ARP. So this means that there is no exploitation of factors under perfect competition. So beyond the point Q, no employer will employ factors because after that point, the price paid to the factor is more than marginal revenue product and average revenue product. Now, marginal productivity theory under imperfect competition. Now, AFC is average factor cost curve. It represents the price paid to the factors. So, it increases as the number of factors demanded by the employer increases. So, as AFC rises, MFC lies above the AFC. Here you can see MFC curve line. So, it represents the marginal cost paid to the factors. So, at that point Q, MFC equal to MRP. So, here MFC equal to MRP. This curve you can see the curve in blue color, where the employer attains his maximum profit and so he stops employment of the factors at that point. But the average cost paid is NRSQ. So, here you can see NRSQ and the average revenue obtained is NQ. Here you can see total revenue obtained by NQ PO. So, this is the total revenue obtained. Therefore, exploitation per unit of factor is RQ. But the total number of factors is ON. Thus, the total exploitation of the factor by the employer is RQ. Now, under imperfect competition, factor is exploited at the equilibrium position. So, the shaded portion is the exploitation of factor by the employer. Now, criticisms of this theory. In reality, factors of production are not similar. Different factors possess different characteristics, and in practice, factors cannot be substituted for each other. And moreover, this theory is applicable only in the long run. It cannot be applied in the short run. Children, today we discussed about marginal productivity theory under perfect competition and imperfect competition. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you, children.